Hey guys, welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. The truth is finally out. You know, lies will come very quickly, but the truth will come slowly and eventually get there. Unfortunately, when the truth get there, many people won't believe you because they already consume lies. But this video, we're gonna react to John Obi Mikel version about what happened with Victor Osimhen. You know that he calls himself Victor Osimhen's agent, and he was talking to him. He was talking to Chelsea Football Club. He knows better than any social media account who will make theories and narrative. I'm gonna react to the video, but I'm gonna also leave the link in the description down below so you can go and watch that video yourself, because I can't react to a 40-minute video. Otherwise, it's gonna be 2 hours reaction. So stay tuned until the end. You won't be disappointed. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below if you wanna help the channel. Take 1 second only, and here we go.
Right then, folks, welcome back to another edition of Taking the Mikel. We have left you all waiting. This man to my right, John Obi Mikel, he's been in a dark room for a few days. We're going to unpack why that is in the coming minutes. Myself, Chris McCarty, back with you as well, of course. Great to be back, John. And it's been an interesting week or so, maybe a couple of weeks for you, has it not?
It's been. Yeah, we're back. And a lot happened in the past couple of weeks.
An awful lot has happened.
An awful lot, yeah.
You've had to cancel holidays. You've had to cancel that brand new Rolls Royce that you had on order. You've had to do a lot.
Yeah, it's been a very, very eventful week. Let's put it that way. A couple of weeks, a week, whatever we call it. But interesting transfer window.
That's it. And listen, we've been inundated.
Okay, so as you can tell, this is Obi Mikel. This is his podcast, and he's ready to tell us the truth behind the scenes, what really happened, because he was in touch with Chelsea and Osimhen camp for months, and even I can say even more than a year now that he's been talking about Osimhen to Chelsea, and he's been pushing and doing what he can do to get the deal done. Let's go.
And rightly so, because you, my friend, on this very podcast, you'd stated for months, we all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
The would he, won't he.
Started from this podcast.
It started on this podcast. We had Victor on it, didn't we? In season 1 of the Obi one podcast.
And that was the plan all along. That was my plan all along.
Was that the long game?
Yeah, exactly. It was a long game.
Put him in the
Get him on the podcast and then, start from there.
Start the ball rolling. Well, ultimately, John, and listen, there'll be a lot of Chelsea fans, a lot of Nigerian fans listening in and watching this podcast, wanting to know what the actual inside story, what the real story, what is the truth behind Victor Osimhen's failed move to Chelsea. So let's unpack it, John. What can you tell us? Were you involved in trying to get Victor to Stamford Bridge?
Where can I start from? I mean, a lot happened. Of course, everybody, it's a no-brainer, and I think
an open secret, right?
Exactly, it's an open secret. Everybody knows that I was, involved in the deal. I was involved in trying to make sure that I get Victor Osimhen to the club. A lot happened.
So this is very important here. He was involved, all right? And I'm not going to believe those conspiracy theorists on social media who would tell you the club didn't try, Osimhen is greedy, this and that, blah, 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 to make headlines and get the subs and get followers and get clicks. This is the guy who is in the center of the situation. So I'm not going to listen to those people who will sell us all kind of illusions, who are working for themselves to drive traffic. This is the truth.
It it was very interesting because I think I hear a lot of people saying this and saying that about Victor and how greedy he is and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Take a pay cut and come to Chelsea, blah, 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 stuff like that. And, I just want to categorically say it here, that I know the kid, I know the boy since from the very first day he joined the national team.
Yeah.
My relationship with him has been very, very good. And since then, we've kept in contact. We've been friends since then. Of course, I know him. I know what he's capable of. And I just want to say that is absolutely not true. Victor is not a greedy boy. He's not a greedy guy. He only wants to get what he deserves. And that's not a problem.
Exactly. Victor deserves his money. He thinks that he deserves 300k a week or 500k a week. It's nobody's business. He does what is best for himself and what he thinks he deserves. So another version on social media were telling us that he was greedy. But another version of fans said, oh no, Chelsea didn't try hard enough, or they disrespected him, they didn't give him enough money. So it was two versions like colliding there. One pointing fingers on the club, another one pointing fingers on Osimhen. But keep in mind that everybody is going to work for their own interest. Victor is going to look after his own interest, and Chelsea Football Club also are going to try to get the best deal they can get. Just don't go out there and, oh, how much you want? 600k a week. Napoli, how much you want? 150k transfer fee, 50k or 50 million transfer fee. Get it? Okay, done. Boom, boom, boom. Some people think that this is kind of a FIFA or some kind of video games where you have to go and you don't negotiate. There is no process, no nothing. You want somebody, okay, boom, 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 done, sign. And it doesn't happen that way in real life.
He wasn't asking for £500,000 a week.
No, he wasn't asking for all this bullshit for me. I don't.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I know
it's
what
bullshit.
Happened. I was there when I was in the midst of everything. So I can tell everybody that is definitely not true. Victor is not a greedy boy. He just wants to play football and get what he deserves, and that's not a problem.
No,
a player knowing what he's worth and asking and demanding to be paid what he's worth. That's not a problem. And also to be able to come to a compromise between him and Chelsea to make sure that the deal get done.
Yeah.
We were very, very close. I put it that way. We were very, very close. We were, hours away of getting this deal done. But it was just, slight issues, slight little problems that we just couldn't get over the line. And of course, the medical couldn't be done as well. Even if we get the deal done, it was too late.
All right, so we were very close, and John Obi Mikel just confirmed what I just said. The player thinks that he worth that kind of money. The club think that you don't worth that kind of money. Let's compromise. And they were talking, and they came to a point where everybody needed to compromise and find a solution. But for some reason, some geniuses online with their own sources made up in the factory somewhere wanted us to believe on certain things because it was a trending topic. If you attack the owners or if you attack Osimhen, you're gonna get a lot of attention and people are gonna follow you and gonna send you money and say, yes, Lord, praise the Lord, hallelujah. But the truth is here. You deny it or not, John Obi Mikel is in the mix. He knows exactly what he's talking about.
I know exactly where we stopped. I know exactly where we are with the deal. And if eventually, say January or whatever, we have to pick it up again, then I know exactly where we are and where.
Okay, so this is very important here because people are going to jump guns and say, Victor Osimhen is going to sign in January. Yeah, hallelujah. Because John Obi Mikel said no. He said eventually. That is very important. He said, if something happened in January, we know where we left off. I know exactly how the negotiation went and what point it is. If there is a big if here, if Chelsea pays the money that Napoli are asking for, 75 million or whatever amount people are making on social media, and also they need to pay a fee to Galatasaray in order to get Victor Osimhen, and Victor Osimhen might say, no, let's negotiate again, you know, the money, my salary and my contract length or whatever. So it's still a long way to go, and people are trying to twist it to make it sound like, yes, because it's so easy to just jump and without even understanding what Mikel is saying and say, okay, January, baby, it's going to happen. He didn't say that. Stop lying to yourself. Okay, let's go.
We have to start from. So yes, I was the guy right in the middle of everything. For a couple of days I didn't sleep. On Thursday I didn't sleep. On a Friday I didn't sleep. Obviously I'm here in Dubai. It's about 3-4 hours difference.
3 hours, yeah.
Exactly. So I have to wait for.
Fair play to him. He didn't even sleep. He was sleeping like 4 o'clock in the morning. It just reminds me for people who live in America and you have to watch the Premier League in the morning. Sometimes it's 4:30, 3:30 in the, you know, western part of the country and all that. So I can relate to what John Obi Mikel is saying here. Like, you know, he needed to stay very late in order to make sure, receive some calls and make sure that the deal is going to happen. But unfortunately, the timing was so wrong. It was too late to kind of accomplish everything. But it needs to be seen if that is going to happen in January.
Phone calls. I think in the middle of the night, I think on Thursday, I slept around 4 a.m. in the morning because I was waiting for phone call from this side and phone call from that side, just to make sure that we try to include everything that Victor wants, and the club also have to make sure that they get the okay from the owner. Paul had to make sure. Paul Winstill was really, really amazing. You know, I can tell you that because this guy, the sporting director, is somebody that I've spoken to now. I get to know really well now. And hearing from him, it's, you know, it's amazing. It's refreshing to see where the club, the owners, and the sporting director wants to take, especially Paul wants to take the club to. You know, there's so much.
Well, this is many Chelsea fans are not going to agree with John Obi Mikel because the sporting director's been blamed for everything bad at Chelsea Football Club, and I think people want to hear what they want to hear. Even if the truth and they don't want to hear the truth, they're not going to believe in you. People are blaming Paul Winstanley, but it looks now that he has some very good relationship with John Obi Mikel, and some people will literally accuse John Obi Mikel of getting a brown envelope just to say good things and what people want to hear. But you take it the way you want, but I think John being open here, he's praising the guy that been nice to him and he told him some good stuff. So I'm gonna just believe John Obi Mikel and not conspiracy theories on social media.
So much to be happy about. There's so much excitement. You know, the club,
they've got a vision.
They got a vision, and it's a very, very great vision. They want to bring the good, not just bringing any player now. Not just bringing any player into the football club. It's about bringing the right players, players who can improve the team, who can improve the squad.
Yeah, that is very important though, because if they have a vision to only go for babies all over the world and they don't think about building with old players, experienced players, proven players around those kids to help them grow, and then our project is gonna take long term to get to the promised land. So I'm happy that John Obi Mikel is saying that we are not going on the market to buy any player from now on. We're gonna go there and buy players who are ready to kill, who are ready to play in the first team, and not the players that will need other few more years to develop and get to the next level. So if they can keep that promise, that is giving me some insurance for the future of this football club.
I think Paul is on top of that, and from this transfer window now, I think we'll start to see the right players come into the football club, and that's something that is really, really nice.
So to be clear,
Wow, so that is very important. I don't think Nicholas Jackson is gonna is gonna love Mikel for saying that, because Jackson came as an unproven guy from La Liga, and now he's doing pretty good. But John Obi Mikel is not convinced about his ability to, to be a top striker. So he's not gonna make only friends here in the team, because the players who are there are not going to be happy that you are bringing some other players. But it is what it is. It's part of the business. And for fans, we want you to score goals. We want to win games. And if anybody is going to bring that winning mentality and winner's trophy, that's what it's matter. But I think Jackson and Osimhen working together is going to be a deadly combo in front.
Here, John, you were, of course, you're not Victor's agent, but you're a man that he deeply respects.
Yeah.
You said it yourself there, your friends, Roberto Calenda, and we'll get to him, because some speculation that Victor has since got rid of his agent. We don't know the particulars on that. But coming back to the Chelsea deal,
I told him to get rid of him.
Don't say that, Roberto. I apologise on his behalf. You're in the middle of it, John. You've got Victor calling you, and you've got Paul Winstanley, the co-sporting director at Chelsea, calling you as well. You're trying to get this deal over the line. And given the fact there is a transfer deadline, it was 11 p.m, I think, in the UK. The pressures of that. I've read, and again, I'm asking you because I don't know. I'm very much in the dark. Chelsea had a party that were in Naples. They were they were serious about getting this deal done.
Very serious about getting the deal done. I think I spoke to Paul on Wednesday or something like that, and I said, listen, we have to send somebody down to see Victor, and that I think will change the way he sees things, and then he will understand how much the club wants him to come to the club. So, and then straight away, the club sent somebody to Naples and try to speak to Victor and his agent to make sure we get the deal done. It just shows how much the club were willing to have the player, and how eager the club were willing to get Victor, and how eager Victor as well was to come to the club. I know a lot of people say, oh, he didn't want to come to... No, that's not true. Victor really, I know, he really wanted to come to the club, because he still knows he has a lot to prove in Europe. He wants to come to Chelsea, he wants to help the club, he wants to come in and help the club to get back to where we should be. He knows he can score a lot of goals here in the Premier League, and what a better place to do that than his childhood club, Chelsea.
All right, people. So I'm gonna end this reaction here. The link in the description down below. You go and watch the entire interview or podcast, whatever you wanna call it. It's 40 minutes. So if I react to a 40-minute video, it's gonna be like 2 hours or something like that. It was just to give you an idea about the lies that's been going on social media and the truth that is out. Chelsea did what they could to get Osimhen. Osimhen compromised to come to Chelsea. Some details didn't work out the last minute, but for people who will say, where were you all this time? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you didn't show ambition. You were not serious. You wanted the deal to fail so you can just lie to the fans that we tried. You can make whatever theory you want. That is your right. Nobody is going to prevent you from talking crap. But negotiating about big players is not something that come out of the blue and you go there, pay the money. Victor Osimhen had offers from PSG. He already accepted personal terms and everything. Napoli made it almost impossible for him to go there by demanding much more money and demanding some players in exchange. Saudi also came to the conversation, and they agreed terms and everything, crazy amount of money, probably 600K every single week for Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen accepted the contract, and Napoli made it again impossible for him to go to Saudi. So how do you expect Chelsea just to go there and get the deal done immediately. You're fighting with PSG, who got more money than you. You're fighting with Saudi, who got more money than you. You're fighting with Victor Osimhen and his agent, who wanted more money and who wanted the best for himself. So blaming Chelsea and pointing fingers, it makes zero sense in an intellectual level. It just makes sense on copy-paste bandwagon on social media, because this situation didn't depend only on Chelsea. It depending on many other teams, many other parties involved, and it took until the last minute and nobody even could get it done. This is why he ended up even going to Galatasaray, because it was almost an impossible deal to make in a very short period of time. Victor Osimhen was waiting to see if other teams are gonna get involved so he can do what is good for his own life. So you can believe on whatever you believe, but if you use a little bit of common sense, a little bit of IQ, you will see where the truth is.